The heck are the Joneses anyway? We all know the Joneses, right? The Joneses, first off, are not real, except for in here. The Joneses are the family that have it all together. Their kids are perfect. They have a nice house. They have nice cars. They have nice clothes. Their money, no problems there. Everything's hunky dory with the Joneses. And if you're part of the fire community, which if you don't know what fire is, it's financial independence, fire early. And it's really just anyone that's trying to make money, save money, and invest money in hopes of one day being able to retire a little earlier or at least reach a certain level of financial independence. And when it comes to keeping up with the Joneses, we kind of pride ourselves on not partaking in that nonsense, not trying to look rich and impress other people with cars and clothes and houses and things like that. And I would almost say we have kind of a snobby approach to it. At least I know I'm guilty of it at times where I kind of look at someone else that buys something that I think is foolish because I feel like the money would be better invested. When the reality of it is, it's none of my business. My wife calls this pocket watching. Uh, I can't help it. Sometimes I do it. Like sometimes I think like, wow, that's a stupid way to spend your money. But again, that's none of my business. But the ironic thing about being in the fire community and kind of looking down on that is that we do the exact same thing. We don't do it with shiny new things and spending money. We do the polar opposite. We do it with how long have I not had a car payment? How am I not paying rent by living in a tent in the forest somewhere? That's extreme. But the bottom line is we compare ourselves to other people that are doing financial independence the same way that people that are not compare themselves through the appearance of having it all together with the nice cars and such. I hope that makes sense. That could be a little confusing. And a big one, I'm sure, if you've been in the fire community at all, is the savings rate. And I'm sure you've heard this, right? Oh, I save 37.6% of my income. I save 42%. I save 99.9%. And my house payment is zero because, like I said, I live in a tent in the woods. My food is zero because I pull salmon out of the river when I wake up from the tent. That's a bit extreme. But my point is, we do the same comparisons. It's just we change some of the elements that we're looking at. And being that I'm going on 5 years in now, I just want to leave just a quick tidbit, and that is not to do that. It's super easy. I think it's normal for people to compare themselves, but I've done this on my financial independence journey, and it's detrimental. It hasn't brought any benefit whatsoever. Honestly, what it does is it almost creates like a resentment when I see someone making more than me, or when I see someone saving more than me. I feel like, man, why am I so far behind? How can I catch up? Can I catch up? Or I feel like, oh, it must be nice. They make all this money. Of course, it's easy for financial independence. It doesn't bring any good attitude at all for me. So there's no benefit. Now I still do it, but I am working on it, and I want to advise again: if you're on this journey, do your very best to put your blinders on, ignore the outside noise, ignore what everyone else is doing, run your own race, and get incrementally better over time. So I hope this was helpful. I know it wasn't like, super chock full of advice or numbers or anything like that, but it's more of a mental aspect of being on this fire journey and kind of what to expect. All right. I'll see you next week.